Hello everyone, and peace of Christ all of you. Please invite your friends and let us have a good time of education together today. The topic is the Quran book of contradiction or perfection? If we go in the Quran, we will see that the Quran set the rules which Muslims cannot avoid no more, because the Quran said, if this is a book not from Allah, you will find a lot of contradiction in it. So the one who made the rule to guide us to know if the Quran is perfect or not is Allah, aka Muhammad. So all what we need to do is just to find one contradiction, because perfection means perfection. Either it's perfect or it's not. So if we find one contradiction, Quran lost any title of perfection. But guess what? Not only we can find one contradiction, the whole Quran is a chain of contradiction. And today we will start with Islam for the Arab or Islam for all mankind. If you go in the Quran, and I'm not going to search for a certain verse, I just will type the word Arab, Arabian. We will find all of those speaking about the word Arabic. Look how many verses, and it's endless. So why the Quran speaking about Arab, if the Quran or the Arabic language, if the Quran is universal and Islam is universal? Here you will see it says here, and this is the Muslim translation. Remember, this is not my translation. I don't approve a single word of it. The Muslim translation we are showing you as it is. Thus have we revealed to be a judgment of authority in Arabic. Why is going to be in Arabic? Why the judgment had to be in Arabic? You see, the judgment cannot be in different language. It have to be in Arabic. Let us go to different verse. Maybe we can understand better. All right. Chapter 12, verse number 2, it says, we have sent down as an Arabic Quran, in order ye may learn wisdom. Okay. But who will learn this wisdom except those who speak Arabic? You know what I mean? The Quran make it clear now that in order to learn wisdom, we send it to you down in Arabic. And who is the one who know Arabic? How you can learn wisdom without knowing the language? So if you're Indonesian, you will not be able to learn the wisdom. It says it clearly, we send it down in Arabic. You see, it doesn't say we send down the Quran in order to learn wisdom. It says we send the Quran in Arabic. Chapter 20, verse number 113. The Quran keeps speaking about sending the Quran as an Arabic book. And it's funny, it says here, explained in details. Explained in detail, but if you ask a Muslim any question, he have no idea how to explain it. The Quran says the book is explained in detail, so why you need all the explanation books? If the book is explained. Okay. Muhammad Qadir here, our friend Muhammad, is saying the following. Let me show you what Muhammad, this is why actually I want Muslims to call me, to show you how Muslims they think and how Muslims respond. It's so funny. Muhammad said, Islam was sent to the Arab first, that's why, but it is for everyone. I mean, you see, Qadir, that's a very stupid statement, with my respect to your stupidity, because the Quran says, not me, your book says that Allah, he sent Islam and sent Muhammad as a warner to Mecca and what is around it. Are you from Indonesia? Look like you are very good in geography, because as I know, Indonesia is not around Mecca, is it? This is the Quran here, chapter 6, verse number 92. It says, and this is a book which have sent down, being a blessing, confirming the revelation which come before it. When the funny, the Muslim, they say that the Bible is corrupted, but the Quran says no. All right, and then it says, and so you mightst warn the mother of the cities and all around her. This is your Muslim translation. So it was an Arabic book sent for people of Mecca. And what is around Mecca? Mecca is a village. The funny, they translated the mother of the cities. Mecca is a city since when? Like now, yeah, it's big because it's became Las Vegas for the Muslims. But Mecca is a small, tiny town in the middle of nowhere. And what is around it? Let us see what is around Mecca. Rome, you know, Beijing, Tokyo. I mean, what is around Mecca? So when you say it was sent first to the Arab and then it became international, that is very funny, because it says here, it didn't say here we send it to the Arab first and then for everybody. You know, it says we send it to the Arab and around it. That's it. We send you as a warner for those. And here we see the first contradiction. Why? Because the Quran confirms in many verses that the book sent down in Arabic. Let me show you something which Muslims, they will bite their tongue hoping they can take this verse from the Quran. But thank God, the goat who ate the Quran in the time of Aisha did not eat this verse with the rest of the verses about the breastfeeding for adult. The Quran says that Allah never sent a messenger except to speak in the tongue of his people. Do you see it? Chapter 14, verse number 4. Chapter 14, verse number 4. We send not a messenger except, between two brackets, this is your Muslim translation, don't blame me for it, you know? Yeah, don't play victim now. We send not a messenger to teach in the language, but to teach in the language, except to teach the language of his people. Why? In order to make things clear to them. Guys, how clear that is? I mean, even this one needs explanation. So Allah will not send the messenger to people unless they speak, and he speak their language, and he is one of them, bilisani qawmihi, his own people. So you have to be from the people. Not only you speak the language, you have to be from them. The Quran says that, not me. In case you are blind, let me highlight for you what we are talking about. Because camera you're in, doing bad things. Do you see it? So the language of his own people. What is the language? What language is that? Doesn't matter. Any language, the messenger will not be qualified to come to you unless he is from the people, is speaking the language of the people. Now, are you going to say to me that this is Quran? Is it stupid? I agree. Because this is a clear contradiction. Hold on. Just to show you how the Muslims, I told you they will start biting their tongue when trying to answer. Look what Muhammad Kadir. You know Muhammad Kadir, I think the Muslims soon they will start accusing you that you are getting paid by me. Because that's what they do when somebody try to refute Christian Prince. The Arab is language of Allah. It is universal. Best language communication for everybody, but you don't speak Arabic. 95% of the Muslims don't speak Arabic. Brother and sister, Arabic is the best language, and it's the best way to communicate. But Zakir Naik, he don't speak Arabic. Didat, go and watch the video of Didat. He says, me myself, I don't speak Arabic. He was in the Middle East, and he have a person to translate for what he's saying. Didat himself do not know Arabic. Potato. So how Didat is convinced with Islam? He was reading translation. But the Quran says it clearly, you cannot understand unless you speak the language. And the Quran say clearly, we send the messenger to his own people, not to Indonesian, not to the German, his own people, whatever they are. So in order for Muhammad to be sent to the Indonesian, he have to be an Indonesian who speak the language of Indonesian. But as you know, Indonesian is very ethnic group, which means even that cannot be for the whole country. It have to be one tribe who speak one language. How many languages there is in Indonesia? How many languages there is in India? More than 400 languages in India. So the Quran is so clear, getting them busted, showing the contradiction, because in different verses in the Quran, in the yellow pages of Muhammad, it says the following: Muhammad is a messenger for all mankind, or he is a messenger only to the Arab. If we go, we will find different verses. It says the following, and here you see how funny the author of the Quran, and obviously the author of the Quran, he proved to us that Muhammad is the one who made it, and the Quran is not from God, which is, it will take you 2 seconds to find out. Chapter 21, verse number 107, it says, we sent thee not but as a mercy for all creatures. The Muslims, they say this is a verse about all mankind. However, the Muslims, they explain this verse saying that this is a proof that Muhammad is a messenger for all creatures. And here you see the word creatures. I mean, what do you mean? Muhammad a messenger for the cats and rats and pigs? What do you mean all creatures? How you say to me we never send a messenger unless he speak the tongue of his people? And the Quran even explain why Allah will not send a messenger or a book except in the language of the people. Why? So they might understand, in order to make it clear for them. Do you see it? Read carefully. This is what the God of Muhammad, he said supposedly, in order to make things clear to them, which means if it is not in their own language, it's not going to be clear. So how you can understand the Quran? Any Muslim can explain to me? If you say I understand the Quran very well, that's mean you are saying that the Quran is stupid, because the Quran says no, you cannot, unless you are from the people who speak the language of the people. There's verses in the Quran. It says, like chapter 16 verse number 103, this verse came down actually because Muhammad used to listen to Christians, slaves who had been captured in Iraq. Obviously they are either Chaldean or Assyrian. So Muhammad used to listen to them, and the Arab, they accuse him that he is copying from them. So look what Muhammad, he says. Supposedly Allah is answering them. We know indeed that they say it is a man that teach him. You go to the interpretation and the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, you will see even he's quoting the names of those who they are teaching Muhammad. And they say here, the tongue of him they wickedly point to the notably form, while this is Arabic, pure and clear. So Muhammad saying to them, okay, hold on, the one I'm listening to, yes, I'm talking to them, listening to them, they don't even speak good Arabic, but this is a clear Arabic. One of the most funny, stupid statements in the Quran, just to show you, when the Muslims, they say to you, oh, we can explain the Quran so easy. Yasin. Okay, Muslims, who are going to explain to us Yasin? Yasin. What is that? Why Yasin? Who's? What is Ya and what is Sin? They don't know. They have no idea. The Muslim, they say to you, Yasin, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Yasin. Okay, stop. What Yasin mean? In front of you, how many Muslims are listening? Who want to tell us what Yasin mean? Let us use Google. The only one have the answer is a Christian prince. This is two words. Ya, which is a word mean God. Sin is the moon god. The moon god swear by the Quran. Prove me wrong. Even in the Islamic interpretation, they agree that Yasin is a Syriac word. Syriac, you know Syriac? Aramaic. Do you want to show you? Hold on. And you will see every single Abdul in the world, he give you different interpretation for the verse. This is how much clear the Quran. Any verse, by the way, all of them, this is why the Muslims, the only thing the Muslims agree is not to agree about the meaning of any verse. This is the only agreement. Brother Tatar, we agree about that to agree about the meaning of the verses. This is the only agreement they have. They agree about not to agree. Look at the interpretation of the verse. Tafsir al-Jalalain. Yasin, Allah knows best what he meant by those letters. Why? Because this is not Arabic. They have no idea. Allah knows best. I mean, and the guy, he just told us Quran is so clear, we can explain it so easy. Allah knows best. Let us change the interpretation. Go to Ibn Abbas as an example. This is al-Jalalain, the one we showed you here, Tafsir al-Jalalain. Let us go to Ibn Abbas. Does it say Syriac language? Does it say that this is a Syriac language? So where is the pure Arabic? This is a pure Arabic, we make it clear. And why Allah using Syriac language for the Arab? Isn't it Allah, he said we will never send the book except in their language, in their tongue, so they might understand? Is Allah short of words? So he's borrowing from the Aramaic? See, even the Muslims, they acknowledge that this is not Arabic. So when the Quran says this is a pure Arabic, it's a joke. We will type sin. And let us see what we will find. Guys, read with me carefully. Sin is an Akkadian god, Sumerian Nana, from the religion, the god of the moon. Sin was the father of the sun god, Shamash, which is, we say in Arabic, we say Shams. So you see, and the Quran used the same word. Why you are using the same word to call a star when you are supposedly fighting the paganism? He's using the same word, Shamash. Do you see it? So what is sin? Sin is the moon god. Ya is a word mean God. God. Any Muslim? And why in the world this God sin? He swear by the Quran. I mean, have you ever heard of somebody do such a thing?
Call me right now. Call me right now. Call me right now. Call me. Call me now. Call me now. Go to heaven right now.